Hello and welcome to this session in which we would look at the residential energy credit and the vehicle energy credit as they are covered on the CPA exam. Now, what is a credit, or specifically tax credit? Tax credits reduce your income dollar for dollar, and that's the difference between a credit and a deduction. And a deduction, when you reduce your taxable income by $1, what you have to do is you have to take this dollar multiplied by the tax rate. Assuming your tax rate is 30%, which is a high tax rate, the benefit is 30 cents when you have a tax deduction. But when you have a tax credit, your reduction is dollar for dollar. It reduces your taxes dollar for dollar, versus a deduction reduce your taxable income by $1. Then you have to take that taxable income, whatever the reduction was, $1, multiplied by the tax rate to enjoy the savings. There's not much you want to know about this, just what's the purpose of these credits and what are the amounts. I don't expect that you see a lot of information about this on the exam. Nevertheless, we have to cover it. Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, FarhatLectures.com.
Farhat Accounting Lectures is a supplemental educational tool that's going to help you with your CPA exam preparation as well as your accounting courses. My CPA material is aligned with your CPA review course such as Becker, Roger, Wiley, Gleam, Miles. My accounting courses are aligned with your accounting courses, broken down by chapter and topics. My resources consist of lectures, multiple choice questions, true-false questions, as well as exercises. Go ahead, start your free trial today.
So the residential energy credit, of course, it's part of the government, specifically the US government, to do what? To encourage energy efficiency and clean energy use in homes. And specifically, they have two types of credits that we need to be familiar with: the Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit and the Residential Clean Energy Credit. We're going to look at each credit very briefly, separately. Starting with the Energy Efficient Home Improvement Credit, it's for qualified energy improvement made to your home after January 1st, 2023. Simply put, maybe you put those solar panels on your home. Well, the credit amount is 30% of your cost up to $1,200. Not bad at all. You can reduce your taxable income by $1,200, assuming you spend enough money. Now, if you spend $3,000, you multiply this by 30%, that's $900. So you get the $900, 30% up to a maximum of $1,200 for energy improvement like heat pumps, biomass stoves, and boilers. Then we have the Residential Clean Energy Credit. Well, this credit equal to 30% of the cost of new qualified clean energy property installed in your home between 2022 through 2032. Well, the percentage now, just FYI, you need to know that in 2033, it's reduced to 26%, and in 2022, it's reduced to 2034 reduced to 22%. The point here is those percentages might change, just be aware of this. The qualified expenditure here are energy efficient improvement, residential energy property expenditure, and home energy audit conducted during the year. Simply put, it's clean energy credit. The purpose is to use cleaner energy. That's the whole purpose of it. Then we have the vehicles energy credit, and you guessed it. The reason why the US government provide this credit is to encourage you. Is to do what? Encourage you to do what? To buy, to adopt cleaner, more efficient transportation options rather than the gas combustion engine. These tax credits are an effort to reduce the greenhouse gas emission by incentivizing you, giving you an incentive. What's that incentive? The incentive is the tax credit, and nothing more powerful than saving on your taxes. So you will buy vehicles that have lesser environmental impact. These credits has been updated for 2023 as part of the Inflation Reduction Act of 22. And we have two credits we need to be familiar with: the Clean Vehicle Tax Credit for new vehicles and the tax credit for plug-in electric and fuel cell electric vehicles. The first one is for buying the vehicle. So the tax credit is available for qualified plug-in electric drive motor vehicle, including fuel cell vehicle. The credit is $7,500. The car has to be new. There are certain rules you have to follow. However, if you buy a used one, you could still get up to $4,000 limited to 30% of the car's purchase price. So if you buy new, it's $7,500, and there's a tax credit for the electric vehicles. Not bad, $4,000. That's still not bad. Then we have the alternative fuel refueling property credit. This credit is when you install some type of a station at your home. Offer incentives for installing fueling equipment for vehicles powered by alternative fuels such as electricity, natural gas, propane, hydrogen, E85, or biodiesel. The credit is 30% of the cost of the qualified property. Of course, there is a limit of $1,000. You just need to be familiar with the names and the purpose of these credits. Farhat lectures can help you prepare for the CPA exam. You want to look at additional resources, multiple choice, farhatlectures.com is the place to be. Invest in yourself. Good luck, study hard, and of course, stay safe.